Okay.
Alright, I'm just out here looking at the Georgia Guidestones. Just checking all of this out really quick. Actually, if you go on this side, it has 8 languages. And there's also other parts of hieroglyphics on here, just to study on this. Here are 10 laws that they say they have. It's maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. It's guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity, unite humanity with a living new language, rule passion, faith, tradition, in all things with tempered reason. It says protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. Balance personal rights with social duties. Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. And it says, be not a cancer on the earth. Last, it says, leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. So that's the 10. I think it's 10 laws that they have on the Georgia Guidestones, and the 8 different languages here. Let's see. And in Spanish. What does it say up there? It says mantener
la humanidad a menos de 5,000 en equilibrio perpetuo con la naturaleza. Para sabiamente a la reproducción, mejorando la condición y diversidad de la humanidad. Y unir la humanidad con una nueva lengua sirviente. Gobernar la pasión, la fe, la atención, y todas las cosas con la razón templada. Proteger a los pueblos y naciones con leyes imparciales y tribunales justos. Permitir a todas las naciones que se gobiernen internamente, resolviendo las disputas externas en un tribunal mundial. Evitar leyes mezquinas y funcionarios inútiles. Balancear los derechos personales con las obligaciones sociales, valorar la verdad, la belleza y el amor, buscando la armonía con el infinito. No ser un cansado en la tierra. Déjale espacio a la naturaleza. Déjale espacio a la naturaleza.
So these are the Georgia Guidestones. This is actually an update of 2017. There's one spot that says here, if we zoom in, it says anarchy. It says anarchy, and then there's a symbol of an A in a circle, and then it has like a H symbol or something like that. So that's something that I'm looking at. The other things up in here, these are different languages. They have the different languages here. They have the hieroglyphics up top. Seems like there's a mark up top. There's a spot right there. We zoom in, like a spot up there, like a little cut, and it seems to lead to a hole. And there's a hole right there. There's a lot to it. It's just strange that it's out here, but you know. I mean, this is something monumental that they have in Georgia. That's different language. That's another different language. And then you have another language. And then here goes some more hieroglyphics. And then another language. Now right here doesn't have any mark, but there seems to be like a small spot right there. So that's something. But if I look up, there's another spot right there. There's this spot that's over by the English language up on the top. And that spot right there had something up there. I think it was something like jam. But all of these are different languages. I've actually studied these languages. But it's strange that they have them in these different 8 languages. But this is a documentary on this. I'm gonna do more on this. I'll go to the slab that they have. There's a slab over here. Deeper into the hole right there. It's the Georgia Guidestones. Here's the story. Story of the Georgia Guidestones began in June 1979 when a stranger identified as Mr. Christian, later R.C. Christian, visited Joe B. Bentley Sr., president of Elberton Granite Finishing Company, Inc., and indicated that he represented a group of loyal Americans living outside the state of Georgia who wanted to build a monument focused on the theme of conservation. Mr. Christian, who had assumed this pseudonym because he was a Christian named Wyatt C. Martin, president of the Granite City Bank, as intermediary to hold fines in escrow for the project, explaining that the Guidestones group, which wished to remain anonymous forever, had selected Georgia because of its excellent granite, mild climate, and the heritage of its great-grandmother as a native Georgian. Christian agreed to Martin's request to locate the monument in Elbert County if there were a suitable remote site for it, which they found on a hillside that is the highest point in Elbert County, on the farm of Mildred and Wayne Molnix, north of Elberton and Highway 77. Finley's company carved the 6-part monument from pyramid blue granite. The Georgia Guidestones consist of 4 granite megaliths set in a paddle wheel arrangement around a central stone, which is surrounded by flat capstone. Measured 19 and 1/4 feet in height as the highest peak. The stone group measures 17 and 1/3 feet in width, and its diameter is 65 feet. Overall, the weight of the 951 cubic feet of granite used is 237,476 pounds. A ground marker west of the Guidestones provides additional data and covers a buried time capsule. Each of the 4 sides of the capstone features the statement of cautionary guidance to humankind, translated into Babylonian, cuneiform, classical Greek, Sanskrit, and Egyptian hieroglyphics, to let these be guidestones to reason. Below, the guidestones are carved into the 8 faces of the 4 outer stones in English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, Chinese, and Russian. In English, the guidestones specify the following: maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature, guide reproduction wisely, improve fitness and diversity, unite humanity with a living new language, rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with the tempered reason, protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts, let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court, avoid petty laws and useless officials, balance personal rights with social duties, prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite, be not a cancer on earth, leave room for nature, leave room for nature. In addition to these conservative messages, the monument displays a number of astronomical features. The Georgia Guidestones Monument, which is owned by Elbert County, was dedicated March 22, 1980, and since has remained a source of mystery and intrigue in the numerous visitors and those who learn of it from afar. Wow, that's a lot right there. So yeah, definitely very powerful.